Welcome to another episode of the Forgotten Athlete Podcast. I'm here as your host, Joseph, and no guest today, no Zach, but he's still part of the podcast group. Just wanted to record a Lakers only podcast today and get some content out for the week, just since we haven't released anything in a few days here. And got some good news, got some bad news, got some good news, however you want to slice it. Um, and I'll start with the bad news, I guess. Actually, I'll start with the good news. The good news is Lakers got a coach. I think that's something that everybody in Laker Nation has been waiting for the past 3 months. It seems like I think it's been 3 months: April, May, June. Yeah, so we were waiting for more than 80 days on who was going to be our head coach, and um, we've been hearing from Shams, who reported JJ Reddick was going to be the coach. Seemed like in May. And then we heard the Dan Hurley news, which we'll get into as Reddick kind of discussed it. Rob Pelinka and Reddick kind of talked about it during their press conference. And a couple of things I took notes of in terms of what I like about Reddick and that I want to talk about. And one of the things was that he understands what an actual culture is and what winning looks like. And that's something that I don't think Ham really understood. And it's not really a knock on him. I just think it's just he made maybe it is a knock on him. But one of the things that Reddick said is that he can give people roles, but they have to buy in, and that starts with the head honcho AD and LeBron James. And this is my one thing that Ham didn't really talk about because I went and rewatched what Ham was talking about during his press conference, his initial introductory conference, and he didn't really talk about AD and at the time Russell Westbrook and LeBron buying in. He more told them he didn't say what Reddick said today. Reddick said that for this to work, everybody needs to buy in, and that was not what Ham said or implied. And I like that from Reddick because honestly, it shows some realism in his statement because I'm sure he's watched film of the Lakers. He saw Rui not playing on defense. He saw LeBron James not trying defense, not going for rebounds. He saw wasted possessions. He saw a lot of things that we as fans saw and that the main media didn't see. I guess with him. And listen, we can blame him all we want, but a lot of it has to deal with players buying, right? That's what helps players and teams win in this league. We saw Steph Curry sacrifice, being the head honcho when the Warriors were winning titles with KD. We saw Dwayne Wade sacrifice when LeBron came to Miami. We saw as recent as Jason Tatum sacrificing what he did. Christoph Porzingis sacrificing what his role was. Drew Holiday sacrificing what his role was. Derek White exceeding in his role. So we see guys across the league do what it takes to win in this league, and it all comes from them buying in, right? And I think that's where we as Laker fans are used to because we have someone in that position, whether it be Kareem, getting guys in order, whether it be Kobe getting guys in order, whether it be just role guys like Rajon Rondo, in the bubble. So we've seen it done, and I think we are going to get some good morale in the locker room. I don't think there's going to be any question on how many shots Rui is taking, or if Rui is going to be in and out of the line, if his camera is going to start, things of that nature, right? So we'll see. And another good thing I saw was how real Reddick was and how he discussed about his inexperience is going to be a question mark that he's going to get um, kind of red marked on, right? That's going to be something that teams are going to use to their advantage, and that what the media is going to do, and that's what fans are going to use when we may see a 3-game skid or a 5-game skid. Um, so I think um, Reddick has to be Reddick has to be ready for that. He has to be ready for us as fans, questioning his decision making. at times because we are. I mean, it's just us. We are a Laker nation, right? And I think that's one thing that people are going to realize, especially Reddick, really fast. Um, how this job is not only you're not only coaching the players, but you're also coaching a egotistic fan base, right? And we are, like Reddick said it, we are probably the craziest fan in all of basketball. You know, whether it be on social media, whether it be in games, whether no matter what it be. But we know what good basketball looks like. We know what winning basketball looks like. We've seen most of us have seen at least at the bare minimum we've seen six championships get won right in our lifetime. I've been blessed to see that 5 and 3/4 if you count the bubble, right? That's six. So we've seen us win and we've seen us lose at the lowest. So going to the thing, just questioning what Reddick was talking about. The third thing I would say, and this is my last thing in terms of good, was going to be just the overall plan. I think AD being more of a focal point in our offense, which I think if you look back at the Three and Man podcast with Reddick, he's talked about Reddick, AD needing to be more involved in the Lakers offense. I think he's going to be. I think AD is going to have his best season that he's had offensively, and that's saying something because this year he did really good. But he's going to get more touches and he's going to be shooting the heck out of the ball. We need him to be at he needs to have the highest usage rate in our locker room. It's just no question. He needs to touch the ball, if not every possession, at least every other possession. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. So hopefully AD is working on his conditioning right now because he's going to be a big focal point in our offense. I think LeBron's going to take a step back, which is good. I think we need him longer, as the season prolongs. I think you saw him do that. He tried to do a lot this during the season, but our team wasn't good enough. So hopefully we get some surrounding offenses. Let's look at the back stuff because I think during the press conference there was a lot of bad things that I think can be misconstrued, and I didn't misconstrue them, but one of the things was Rob Pelinka not being able to really answer the Dan Hurley question. Yeah, I feel like he kind of scapegoated around it in terms of talking about he's gonna, address it later on. Or when are you gonna address it again? I think this is the thing with the Lakers organization that has been frustrating as a fan, and this is why Magic Johnson did leave, is because the lack of transparency. Like what happened with what happened with Dan Hurley, right? I get you were talking with JJ about it, and JJ did say that he was in communication, but what actually happened? Why was Hurley just announced and then he was offered the same day? Like what really happened, right? And I think we as fans, I think we deserve that, right? We deserve to know what actually is being done behind the scenes because we don't trust you guys. We don't trust the front office, and we haven't trusted you guys since Jeannie Buss has taken over, right? And I think Jeannie Buss needs to earn that trust back. So I think the more information she gives to the public, more information she gives to Laker fans, Laker Nation, I think the better because you are really in a tough spot right now as a fan. I mean, as a organization because no one trusts your move, which is why everybody was questioning JJ Reddick being a head coach, right? So it all goes hand in hand. If you want better fan support, be transparent, right? Just let us know what's going on, all right? Second thing that really kind of I've noticed, and one of my friends texted me about it as well, was Pelinka didn't really mention Vando, which is weird. I think it has to do with lack of his ability to not be able to shoot the ball. Um, he's a low 30, high 20% 3-point shooter. Um, he's just not reliable. Albeit he didn't play last year a lot due to his injury and due to just the Lakers' medical concerns, our medical staff. I think these are things that, as the season progresses, off season progresses, we're going to know what exactly the role is with Vando, specifically Jared Vanderbilt. And one of the other things was, and this is another bad thing, is our youth. This has been mentioned the last two coaches that we've had, um, and that's the ability to hire or to develop our stars and develop our players to their to a good level. right? Develop the youth because Rapoli kept on mentioning the draft pick because he got questions about it, and just about being able to make um, roster, um, our young core grow with the team. I think one of the things that Palinka is not really mentioning is the trade with AD and how that kind of set that process back. Like we have limited resources to work with in terms of what we're able to kind of do to construct a good roster around our team. Right? I think Palinka needs to be honest about that. He needs to let people know that hey, you know what, moves that we made to get us now results in the past are affecting what decisions we're able to make now. Right? And I think that's just honest. Like I don't think AD's gonna take a shot at that. Like just let us know, like, hey, like this is we wanted this city wanted a championship. We got a championship in 2020, and you know whether it's for good or bad, it pushed us back a few years, right? It made us not perform to where we need to perform in these current years, and it may have set our goals back in terms of what we're looking to do with our team. But we have these picks now, and we don't look to trade them. But him saying that, oh, if a good trade comes off, we're gonna take a look at it. That just lets me know that you're trying to trade those picks. So I think I think Palinka knows he's on the hot seat. I mean, maybe he's not. His Jimmy Best loves him so much, but I think Laker Nation's. I think we should be concerned in terms of what we're going to do with our picks because um, it's not just we trade our three picks or we trade our three first for a star player like DeJounte Murray or a guy like Paul George, someone of that sort. Um, what exactly are because that is not winning championships. We have the two superstars with AD and LeBron. All right, we just need to surround them, and I think doing that with youth is better. But that also goes to our draft team needing to draft better, or I guess Palinka needed to draft better because we just haven't drafted really well. I think that was it. Overall, I mean, I got nothing really to say in terms of what my expectations are until a team is constructed. Right, we need a roster. We need assistant coaches. We need a lot, and I think we got limited time because the draft is this week for the NBA, and summer league is going to be in 2 weeks. So and then the free agency kicks off next week. So there's just a lot of stuff to do and limited time. And announcing Reddick after the obviously his job kind of set us back a little bit. So hopefully, we can do something with what we have in terms of free agency. We have D'Lo player option. Um, LeBron player option. So we have some pieces to work with. Obviously, we're not going to trade LeBron, but just wanted to talk about that and kind of bring that up. But uh, I guess until then, I'm going to watch this Florida and Panther game and Edmonton Oilers game. Catch up on some work, personal work, and until next time, Forgotten Athlete, please like, subscribe, and tune in next time. Laker Nation and every other sport you like, football, basketball. If this is your first time viewing, that's going to be our main cup of tea. But check out the other videos that we got. And if you like us, subscribe.